Accountancy, Chapter 8, Share Capital, and the topic is Pro Rata Allotment, Forfeiture and Reissue of Shares originally issued as Pro Rata Allotment. Okay, so we will be doing such type of question today. So I'm reading the question, illustration number 59. Z Limited offered to public 80,000 shares for subscription. So you just need to highlight the information given in the question. You just need to underline so that you people are able to read the question and no important information is skipped. 80,000 shares are offered to the general public. So it means issued number is 80,000. Applied, issued. This type of table we need to prepare in such type of questions. Issued or allotted. Allotted are 80,000 and applications were received for 1,30,000. So this is the case of oversubscription. We all know this is the case of oversubscription. It is the situation when company receives application more than the issued number of applications. Okay. And the pro rata allotment was made to the applicants. Three situations, three methods to handle the pro rata allotment we had already discussed. First method was the rejection, wherever the shares are completely, excess number of shares are completely rejected and money is refunded. Second was the pro rata allotment, in which no rejection is there and the shares are allotted on pro rata basis. Means we are making a ratio and on the basis of that ratio we are issuing the shares. No one is discouraged, disappointed. Everyone is allotted the share. And third case was the combination of first and second case. A part of the applicants applications are rejected and sent back their money, and the other part is given shares on the basis of pro rata allotment. Okay. So here you can see that it is clearly mentioned and pro rata allotment was made to the applicants. It means no rejection. Part no rejection and second method is adopted. Second method is adopted where the proportionately the shares are issued. So now X applied for 52,000 shares. X has applied for 52,000 shares. On the basis and Y was allotted. Y was allotted. X applied number share are given and Y's allotted number share are given. Y is allotted. Always remember, then while doing such type of question, there is one trick which you can use, that applied number will be always more. In pro rata cases, always applied number will be greater than the allotted number. Okay, so it means if applied number is 52,000, then it means the allotted number will be less than 52,000. And if allotted are 16,000, then applied must be more than 16,000. Because in pro rata, applied is always greater than allotted number. So I'm reading the question, next part of the question, which is how many applications have been rejected. So you need to tell me that how many applications have been rejected. So the answer 1 will be no rejection. Such type of questions can come in 1 marker or 3 marker or in 2 marker, where no need to pass any journal entry. You have to just understand the question and give the answers. So the first part of the question is saying that how many applications have been rejected. As you can see in this table, that no application is rejected. So the answer will be no rejection is there. Second question, what is the pro rata ratio? So ratio you need to make with these figures. So here the ratio is pro rata ratio. 1,30,000 applicants were there and you have issued them only 80,000 shares. So the pro rata ratio is 13:8. This is the pro rata ratio. What does this 13:8 means? It means the shareholder who has applied for 13 share has been given only 8 shares. So he has submitted the application money with 13 shares but he was allotted only 8 shares. So 5 on 5 shares, his application money is extra. So that will be utilized either with the allotment or that may be refunded, which will be depending on the company's policy. In most of the cases, that excess money is utilized along with the allotment. Okay. So second question is also done. Here in this question, you need to just tell the ratio, and the ratio is 13:8. Because such type of information or understanding of such information is very much important for attempting the pro rata question, because these are the basic things about the pro rata question which we are discussing here in this question. If you people are not able to understand this basic things or to find out this basic information on the basis of table, then you will not be able to solve the complete question. Okay. So the third question, how many shares were allotted to X? So here we are having one ratio, 13:8. So now applied number of share is 52,000 of X. So we need to find out that how many shares are allotted to X. So there we need to find out the allotted number. This is 13 is the applied and 8 is the allotted. So we need to find out allotted number, and for this I had told you one formula. So if allotted number we need to find out, then the formula will be 8 upon 13 into the number of the share which are given to the X. So this will be the formula. If we need to find out the applied, then applied will be the numerator and allotted will be the denominator. And if we need to find out allotted, then allotted will be the numerator and applied will be the denominator. Or directly, if your maths is strong, then directly you can find out without using the formula. With this ratio only you can find out. So it's up to you. If you want to use the formula or you want to use the ratio. In both manner you can find out. So in this case, 13 fours are 52. So 4 eights are 32,000. So it means X was allotted only 32,000. And if you want to check your answer, you can check that applied will be always greater than allotted. So here applied is always, it is greater than allotted. Then the question number 4, what the question number 4 says, how many shares were applied by X? So in this case, we need to find out the applied number by X. So allotted is 16,000, and to find out applied, now the applied will be the numerator and allotted will be the denominator. So 13 upon 8 into 32,000. 8 fours are 52,000. So it means Y had applied for 52,000 shares and he was allotted only 16,000 shares. Sorry, not. Something is wrong there. I have taken the number 32 here. Sorry for that. In question, the number is 16,000. I have not read the question. I have taken this number actually. This number. So 13 upon 8 into 16,000. 8 to the 16. So 13 into 2, 26,000 is the number of shares which are applied by 5. Please tell me, is this question clear? Because all this information you need to apply while doing the full-fledged question. Okay, so I am moving towards next question. Yes, next question or next part, which is related to pro rata. Illustration number 16. Why we are doing these small questions? Because if you people are able to do these part questions, then you must be able to attempt the full 8 marker question, because all these parts will be used in 8 marker question, and separately these parts can come in 2 or 3 marker question. So these are important. So the next question is, X Limited issued 20,000 shares of 10 each payable as follows. On application 6 and the balance on allotment. I'm writing here application 6, balance on allotment. Balance means 4. The face value of the share was 10. So it is the 4 rupees on allotment. So total is 10. And pro rata allotment was made to the applicants of 25,000 shares. Pro rata allotment was made to the applicant of 25,000 shares. What does it mean? We can write like this: applied, allotted in the table. Okay. Applied was 32,500 and allotted was, in every question of pro rata allotment, these tables will be prepared. Total allotted shares are 20,000 and total applied are 32,500. Now we need to check that how the company has tackled the situation of oversubscription. So for this it is mentioned that pro rata allotment was made to the applicants of 25,000. It means all those applicants who have applied for 25,000 were given 20,000, and for the rest no information is given for the rest number of shareholders. So we will assume that the rest number of shares are refunded. Okay, so rejection. So now subtract 32,000, subtract 25,000 from 32,500. So now what is the amount of shares which is left? That is 7,500. So that is refunded. Refunded means rejection. So here we have used the third method, which is the combination of pro rata and rejection. So this category is the pro rata category and this is the rejection. Now you may confuse that in question it is not written that the balance share are rejected, but it is completely written that the pro rata allotment was made to the applicants of 25,000 shares. It means the shareholders who have applied for 25,000 were given 20,000 shares. So it means what is done with the left? No shares are left to allot them. So they must have been rejected. So you have to identify this type of hidden information at the time of making of table. Clear? Now, all the shareholders have paid the amount due up to the allotment, except X, the allottee of 4,000 shares. Allottee. Allottee of 4,000 shares means he was given 4,000 shares, but he must have applied for large number of shares. So first of all, we should try to know that for how many shares he had applied. So again, we have to prepare a ratio for the pro rata category, 25,000 and 20,000. So the ratio is 3, 3, 5 5s are 25, 5 4s are 20. So the ratio is 5:4. So please find out the first step of the table. That is the, if allotted number is 4,000, then please find out applied number. We need to find out applied. So applied we need to find out. So the formula will be 5/4 into 4,000. And one trick I have told you, if we are finding out the applied, then it must be more than the allotted. Applied is always more than allotted in case of pro rata. So applied, allotted into allotted. Whatever figure we have to find out, we have to keep the ratio of that figure as a numerator. So applied in this situation, we need to find out. So 5/4 into 4,000. So that is equal to 5,000. You can see that the applied number is greater than allotted number. 5,000 is greater than 4,000. So this is the step 1 of the pro rata table. Because in such type of question, we need to find out the applied and allotted. Both numbers should be with us. Okay. So now in this question, what we need to do, calculate the amount due but not paid by X. It means calls in arrear of X. So now I am making the next step of the table. Next step of the table is, first step, find out the applied or allotted. If allotted is given, then find out applied, and if applied is given, then find out allotted. So now I am doing the second step of the question. Second step, now find out the application excess money which X has given. Okay, so X has applied for 5,000 shares. Application money 5,000 into 6, because 6 is the application money. Don't do any calculation, just try to understand. Next question you will be doing yourself. So just pay attention. 5,000 into 6, 30,000. This money is given by X along with application. But the money used, he was allotted only 4,000 shares. So the money used of X was only 20,000. 4,000. 4,000 into 6. Application money is 4,000 into 6. So now what is the extra money which X has given along with application? So that is the 6,000 rupees. Very good. This 6,000 rupees. This step I have done. First step, to find out the applied or allotted. One will be given in the question and other one you need to find out. Second step in pro rata table, find out the excess money on application. So this money is excess with application rupees 6,000. Third step, now I am going for third step. Third step is now find out the allotment money which the next installment. Go to the next installment. You need to move in the sequence. First installment is application, then the second installment is allotment. Now X has to pay allotment money on 4,000 shares. So allotment due. Allotment due. On 4,000 he has to pay the allotment money, and the allotment you can see is 4. So 4,000 into 4. So he need to pay 16,000 along with the allotment money, and out of this 16,000, 6,000 he has already paid along with application. So we need to subtract this money here. Always, whatever the excess money is there in step 1, step 2, sorry, then you need to subtract that money in step 3. This is the already received money. Already received money, 6,000. So calls in arrear at allotment. So X was supposed to pay 16,000, but he has paid only 6,000. So what is the calls in arrear? That is the 10,000. Please tell me, am I clear with this step? Very good, Divya. Please tell me. If I am not clear, then I can re-explain, but try to understand this step. Rather, this whole calculation is very much important and it will be used in all the further questions, in all the 8 marker questions. If this step is not clear, then you will not be able to attempt 8 marker question. So 3 steps I told you. First step, what is the first step? Yes, first step is the find out applied or allotted. If allotted is given, like in this question, you can see that the allotted is given. Then in first step, find out the applied. And to find out the applied or allotted, you need to use the ratio. So in applied, you need to find out here. So the ratio is 5/4 into 4,000. In this manner, you can find out applied. So the applied number is 5,000. And with this 5,000, and this applied number will be used only once in the complete table. Okay, 5,000 and application money is 6 in step 2. First step is this, to find out this. Then in step 2, application money paid by X, that is the 5,000 into 6, but he was allotted only 4,000 shares. So his application money used 4,000 into 6, 4,000 into 6, which is 24,000. So extra money means he has paid 30,000 along with application, but he was received only 4,000. So his money was used only 24,000. So extra money he has paid along with application is 6,000. This money could be utilized along with the allotment. So the next call is allotment. He was supposed to pay allotment on 4,000 shares. 4,000 into allotment money is 4. So 4,000 into 4, 16,000. And he has already paid 6,000. This money is always subtracted. So the balance is the calls in arrear at the time of allotment. Now suppose his shares are forfeited. So the forfeited entry which you need to pass is share capital. Here entry is not asked, but for the better clarity of the concept, I am telling you journal entry also. Share capital at the time of forfeiture. You all know that this entry is passed. Share capital account debit to share capital account debit to share forfeited account to calls in arrear account. Or what you can write, to share allotment, because this is the allotment money which is not received, so it's up to you. So share capital, how many shares are forfeited? 4,000. So share capital will be debited by 4,000 and called up is 10. So 4,000 into 10, 40,000. Now I told you yesterday that whenever we are forfeiting the shares which were earlier issued as pro rata, in that case, no need to find out called up and paid up, what is paid and what is unpaid. So we are taking this money, finally this money, because after this money, the money paid by X is only 30,000. After this, he has not paid even a single penny. So this amount will be share forfeited, 30,000. And the amount which has come in the call scenario, that amount will be kept in the call scenario. So finally, these two money will be used. This first money and the last answer. These two money will be used. This will be share forfeited always in the table, and this will be always call scenario. Okay, so in this manner we can forfeit the shares. So if the shares are issued on pro rata basis and you are forfeiting the shares, so before doing the forfeiture entry you need to make this table, you need to do all this calculation. Okay, so please tell me, am I clear with this table and with this journal entry, or is there any doubt? Please tell me in chat. You can give me answer, please. Yes. Let's do one more question if it is clear. Very good. Yes, do one more question. So the question is 61 question. Okay. So you are going to solve this question. I think this question we have done yesterday. No, not done. So question number 61, X applied for 2,000 shares. Yes, I am reading the question. X applied for 2,000 shares. Side by side, you need to underline the question of 10 each at a premium of 2.5 per share. 10 plus 2.5. Okay. He was allotted 1,000 shares after having paid 3 per share on application. He did not pay the allotment money of 4.5 per share. After having 3 per share on application, it means application money is 3. And did not pay the allotment money of 4.50 per share including premium. Allotment 4.5 and the premium was 2.25. So 2 plus 2.50. He has paid this, he has not paid this. And on his subsequent failure to pay the first call of rupees 2 per share, his shares were forfeited. It means first call was also not paid by him. Okay, so this is not paid by him. Now we have to see whether the share is fully called up. No, share is called up only till rupees 7. So this is the called up value. His shares were forfeited. And here you have to consider one thing, that nothing is mentioned about the second call. So every time you need to make this table and you have to find out whether the share is fully called up or not. Not fully called up. So you are going to make not fully called up. So we are going to make the called up only with 7. Okay, out of this 7 we need to make the table. So I'm going to start the table. His shares were forfeited. These shares were reissued at 8 per share, credited as fully paid up. So this is not the question of pro rata because no information. Oh, okay, it's a question of pro rata. It is written he was allotted 1,000 shares. He applied for 2,000 and he was allotted 1,000 shares. Okay, so please make the ratio 2:1. Applied, allotted. So it means he must have given application money on 2,000 shares. So we are doing the step 2. In step 2, because first step is already given, applied number is given as well as allotted number is given. So in step 2, he has given the application money on 2,000 share. In what is the application money? 3. So 2,000 into 3. Okay, which is equal to 6,000. 2,000 into 3, 6,000. Now his application money is used for, he was given only 1,000 shares. So 1,000 into 3, which is equal to 3,000. So the extra money, 3,000. 3,000 is the extra. Now do the step 3, find out the allotment money, which he was supposed to pay. And actually he has not paid. So the allotment money, he was supposed to pay 1000 into 4.5. Total allotment money you need to consider. Okay, 4500. And the extra money is 3000. Clear? Extra money is 3000. So this is the important question. Please try to understand. The call scene area is 1500. Call scene area on allotment 1500. There is one more call scene area, that is the first call. First call scene area is on 1000 shares he has not paid 2. So that is the 2000. Now here the new thing which I want to tell you, like the allotment money is 2 plus 2.5. Please consider this point. It's a new point and very important point. And the excess money is 3000 and the not paid money is 1500. So whenever we are excess money having 3000, so first of all that excess money is utilized towards the face value. Okay, so 2 plus 2. So on 1000 shares, 2 rupees the face value. So it means he has paid all the face value, because out of this 3000, 2000 is utilized. Total 3000 is we are having extra money, and this 2000 is utilized towards face value. So the left 1000 is utilized towards SPR. Okay, and what the amount of SPR he was supposed to pay? 2.5 into 1000. 2500 he was supposed to pay as SPR, but he has paid 1000 for SPR. It means SPR not paid is 1500. And when we are crediting the debiting the SPR amount, then we are debiting with the SPR not paid. So here the SPR not paid is only 1500, not the 2500. So in such type of questions, when the SPR is involved and this extra money is more than the face value, then you have to make this bifurcation. I am re-explaining again. I am re-explaining. So extra money 3000, ध्यान से समझ लीजिए 3000. उस 3000 को आपने देखना है कि 3000 में से कितना अमाउंट आपका टुवर्ड्स एसपीआर है और कितना अमाउंट आपका टुवर्ड्स फेस वैल्यू है. इस 3000 के दो पार्ट्स बनाने हैं, एसपीआर एंड फेस वैल्यू. सो फेस वैल्यू 1000 shares पर उसको 2 rupees पे करना है. So 1000 into 2, it means the face value we have covered fully because we have received 3000 in advance. So the rest 1000 will be utilized toward SPR. Okay. 1000 will be utilized towards SPR. So we need to get SPR 2500 because 2.5 into 1000 and he has paid only 1500. So now the journal entry will be how we need to pass the journal entry. Just pass the journal entry. I have explained you many times how to pass the journal entry. This was the only new thing in this question which I have explained you. Yes, journal entry will remain same. And how we need to pass the journal entry like this: share capital account debit, SPR account debit. Many times I have told you that if SPR is received, then it will not be debited. Only that part of SPR will be debited which is not received. To share forfeited, to call sign arrear. Okay, share capital 1000 into 7. Complete this entry, please. I am waiting for your answer. Complete fast. I have given you 2 minutes because we have solved many entries. So complete it fast. I am waiting for your answer. Yes, very good. हाँ जी. Yes, share capital, very good. Share capital 1000 into 7, which is 7000. And premium you have to debit only the part which you have not received. So that is the 1500. And in call scene area, what will be the amount in call scene area? Yes, 2000 and 1500. This 2000 first call and call scene area with allotment 1500. So 2000 for the first call and 1500 for share allotment. That is the 3500. And what I told you that in share forfeited pro rata questions, this amount will be transferred here. But now this amount cannot be transferred here. Reason, in this amount, SPR is also included. And many times I told you that the SPR which is received already will not be shown in the journal entry anywhere. So you have to deduct the SPR from here. This SPR which we have already received, 6000 minus 1000, the SPR amount. So here we are going to write the 5000 amount. Or if you are having any doubt, then you can do the balance of this entry. But in doing balancing, you may be wrong. So just do the entry complete. Don't do any account. Don't find any account by doing balancing. Okay. So now we can check whether the debit is equal to credit or not. This is 8500 and this is also 8500. So basic thing here is, which I want to explain, that when premium is there in the question and here the amount left is higher amount, it means after recovering the face value of the share, still the amount is left. So in that case, that left amount will be used for the premium. So first face value of the share capital will be covered up. Then if anything is left, then the premium will be covered up. Okay, face value, then premium. So first of all, this 3000 we were having. So 3000 is divided in two parts, face value and SPR. Face value and SPR. Face value of is 2, SPR is 2.5. Okay, and the number of share is 1000 on which he was supposed to pay allotment money. So 1000 into 2, 2000. 2000 we have received towards face value. So still 1000 is left. So 1000 it means SPR. We have received towards SPR. So total SPR we were supposed to receive 2500 because 2.5 was there on 1000 share. Okay, so 2500 and out of that amount 1000 we have received. So here we need to write only 1500 which is not received. And in journal entry we are going to debit the SPR only with the amount which is not received or not paid. Earlier also I told you that SPR will be debited only when it is not received. So 1000 which we have already received will not be the part here. And this 1000 which is received will be subtracted from this amount also, because SPR, if it is received, it will not be considered in the journal entry. This I have told you many times. Okay, so please tell me, am I clear with the concept?